Let's just move all the cameras around while everyone's watching.
Right. Well, I'm going to talk about this today. Give everybody a sneak peek.
Ooh. Sneak at a peek.
Yeah, that's my plan. Like 8 million things on the table that don't need to be on the table.
Like my phones.
Your phone's my phone.
Your coffee cup. Your phone's not on the table.
My phone case is on the table.
I got a measuring tape. That needs to be on the table, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so. It's only 60 inches. Hopefully it's big enough.
Yeah. No, I'm totally going to show this off today.
Yeah, it's 60.
I've been having fun.
It looks fun.
There's some fabulous things in here.
Oh, hi, Patty. Hi, Tina.
It is Chelsea and Leah.
It is.
I'll be Leah.
Today I'm also Leah.
Okay, sure. What'd you do today, Leah?
We'll get twice as much done.
Is that how this works?
Well, Leah will get twice as much done. Chelsea will get nothing done.
Yeah. Welcome to Thursday.
It's my sewing room.
Thursday at my sewing room.
Yep.
So an interesting tidbits of information. Anne and I spent the day in a Kimberbell Academy course. We're back again tomorrow.
Yay!
So that's been kind of fun for us. Learning some of the new stuff that's happening with Kimberbell and finding out goodies for next year.
All the exciting things.
So maybe they'll give you a sneak peek of one of the new events coming up. If you're stealthy, you'll be able to find it on our website with a photo. We have an event scheduled in February.
Yep.
Called One Sweet Spring. This store sample is underway at my house.
And I think you brought us some scrappy scraps.
I brought scraps. You don't get to see the blocks yet. You get to see the scraps first. So let's
Just scraps.
Let's show you some of the scraps. And then we'll get into what we're actually going to do today. Oh, that won't work if I don't wake that camera up. I got this. Okay, so scrap number 1.
That shows me so much.
I cut some applique out of this.
No.
Crazy, right? So there's roughly a piece this shape.
It looks like a mouth.
Rom, 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 rom. It was not a mouth.
That is excellent.
But this started out as a very, very flat piece of quilting cotton. And we'll learn how to make it a very not flat piece of quilting cotton in class. There's some very cool product in here. Makes it all super crinkly.
I'm excited to learn this
So much fun. It was magical. So I'm super excited. That was the very first thing in the instructions for the class, because it needed to be done before we did the next step. Fabulous. I'm so excited. So anyway,
that's Leah's first favorite part of the class now.
first favorite part of the class. I had so much fun doing this part. Other things that we're embroidering in class include that is a piece of yellow cuttle. Oh, yeah, guess what shape of something that might be?
Is it a chicken?
Kind of close, yeah.
A chick? It's chicken chick. Same thing.
You can totally embroider on cuttle.
Do you have to use a special topping to help you not mess it all up while you're doing it?
Yeah. This one's easier to tell what he is.
It's a bunny?
Yeah.
I was gonna vote squirrel actually for a second there.
No,
but
big
then I was
squirrely
like,
tail.
Its nut is in the wrong spot.
Another piece of cuttle. Anyway, we're doing cuttle. And then there's some fabulous cork as well. So anyway, the store sample is coming together. Depending how, I don't know, probably not early next week for it to be done, but not too dreadfully long. Anyway, the class is in February, and we have a early bird special price on the class.
Ooh!
So if you sign up early, you'll get the early bird price. If you don't sign up early, you will get the full price. So early bird price for One Sweet Spring is $2.29, and the full price come January 1st will be $2.49.
Cool.
Yeah. So anyway, Those are some of
Excellent.
the scraps you could make if you join us in this class.
These are the scraps you can have left over. Very good, Leah.
That is how to tease at an event without showing any of the actual project. But
Okay.
there's photos on the web. So,
Perfect.
one sweet spring. That's my hot tip for today. Anyway, we were actually going to do something real today besides
We sure were.
just show you scrap fabric. On Tuesday, we started talking about making a skirt and sewing garments in general, because Chelsea has a holiday party to go to
Yeah.
and a deadline.
Yeah. I don't get anything done if it doesn't have a deadline.
Right? I have a deadline, February 9th.
No, it's
No, I
sooner
need
than
the source
that.
sample here sooner than that.
Sooner, Leah. Next week.
Next week would be great.
Next week. Okay.
I'm working on it.
Not February 9th.
Okay. So anyway, we started talking about how to read a pattern envelope as your first step while you're standing in the store trying to figure out what you're going to make. The other thing we need to talk about is how to actually measure for figuring out those measurements on the back of the pattern envelope. So that's when we go to screen share. Yeah. We talked about the measurements you need for garment sewing. We did not actually talk about them in much detail because it's very much something that should be done visually.
Yes.
So we are gonna play around with cameras for just a moment and both move out of our regular set.
Yes, she's coming with me to the other side of the camera today.
So if you move first,
All right.
then I'll make sure you're in frame where I need you. And here, do the magic of television.
Wait.
Yeah, you're there.
Let me freeze for a little.
You are there. Okay, perfect. I'll come around as well, and then we'll just turn off that corner screen for just a moment because see all of both of us.
Would you like the measuring tape?
Sure.
I guess I should do this.
So we joke that Chelsea and I are not the same height.
We're not.
100% not the same height, even though we make our chairs kind of
It is obvious when we stand here.
Yeah. So here we go. So things to keep in mind, you do want to make sure that your measuring tape is measuring true. Sometimes the fabric ones can stretch over time. So every once in a while it's worth checking it against something like a metal or acrylic ruler that won't stretch before you get started. And if you are going to be measuring your fabric and other things as you go, or your pattern pieces as you go, use the same measuring thing all the way through.
That makes sense.
Because if there is any stretch or shrinkage, you want consistency.
Consistent stretch and shrinkage.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah, so just be aware of that going in. Generally, in something super loose fitting like a skirt, less critical. Something like a corset, it will make a big difference. Things are out by smidges. So we don't need this measurement for a skirt, but we are going to measure your bust
Okay.
because,
Why not?
well,
We can
we're
show.
talking about how to measure. So bust measurements, there's often two, sometimes three different bust measurements. The one we're most familiar with is what's called the high bust.
This one.
Yeah, so high bust is over the largest part of your bust, or if you're a gentleman, this is over the largest part of your chest. And in here, you want to be over the largest part with a little bit of breathing room. Especially women, we tend to fluctuate a little bit in size
Well, and you might
based
wear
on bra
bras.
or
Day of the week.
day of the week, phase of the moon. Yeah. So we're gonna leave that with like 2 fingers in there, so we make sure we give you enough space. So that would be your high bust or full bust measurement. One other measurement that sometimes happens is called that was full bust. High bust goes up on your armpits. Very comfortable. And this one again, leave about 2 fingers in there. So you don't want to choke.
Baby.
Yeah. So that's that measurement. To get cup size, often you'll need your underwaist. So same thing, that'll be, you might need to shimmy this out. But you want that tape measure sitting horizontal to the ground each time you do this, and not too tight. So that's where that measurement will be. Most of these big 4 pattern envelopes don't have that many points.
No, I think this one only has bust.
Yeah. Well, you are making a skirt, so none of those first 3 measurements are needed for a skirt. Next measurement is waist. And waist is not necessarily your belly button. Waist is going to be where you are the narrowest.
For me, it's above my belly button.
Most people it is, but it will vary a little bit. And the other thing you want to keep in mind is when you're measuring a waist for a waistband, you want to measure where you actually want that garment to sit.
Yes.
So if Chelsea wants a low-rise skirt,
this will be technically my waist.
yeah. But if you want like a high-waisted skirt,
I want a high-waisted skirt.
then we're going to measure nice and high.
We're going to measure high.
If you really want to figure out where your true natural waistline is, you're going to bend side to side with that tape measure around you, and it's going to wiggle into that.
It's hot. Is it there?
Yeah. Yeah, so the tape measure is going to work its way into that deepest part of your waist.
Cool.
So that's your next measurement. As you move down the body, you'll have, sometimes there's a high hip measurement, which will be kind of right before your hips do their widest point. Sometimes kind of like where you might wear your low-rise jeans, if you're in low-rise jeans. That would be your next measurement. Hip measurement will be the widest part of your hips. For all of us, that's going to be different. But this is the part where you need your skirt to fit over this part, or your pants.
Or your skirt's going to be up here.
Yeah. You do need to account for wherever you're doing. Again, that's going to be, that position is going to be a little bit different based on who you are. Other things you might need is inseam. So I'm going to let you stick that right up in your brush point. And we'll just draw straight to the floor, stand straight. So inseam, and when you're measuring for an inseam for pants or a skirt, or there is an inseam, which will give you some idea of how long.
Mine is very short.
Which is okay. You're the perfect Chelsea size. So those are most of the main points. Noticed on the back of the particular pattern envelope we're working with. There's also a measurement for back length. So if you spin around, back length, if you want to bend your head forward just a little bit, where the knob of your neck is connected to your spine, you will measure from there down to the top. Yeah, like where you want your shirt to end, if we're making a shirt. So that's one to keep in mind. If this had sleeves, we can measure our sleeve length.
Also short.
And bend your arm at a 90. We want to have your arm bent because sleeves will ride up. So my problem is I can get sleeves that reach to here when my arm is straight. When I bend my arm, they move up about an inch and a half.
Oh no!
Which is annoying.
Take my sleeve off and add it to yours.
Right? My grandma just wanted to add ruffles to everything. Someone else put ruffles on the bottom of that. I'm not a super ruffly person, so no thank you. One more thing to keep in mind, sometimes depending on the shape of your body and like how tight clothing might fit, things in your, like when you're fitting bottoms, you might also want to take your waist and your hips sitting down. So we have a chair right there. Perfect. So what we can do, start standing.
Nope.
Start standing. We'll take that waist measurement again. And then sit down.
Sit down carefully so we don't want to fall over on camera.
Take that measurement again. Because lots of us, that skirt will sit pretty nice when we're standing up. And then you go to sit down and there's no room for turkey dinner.
And you gotta undo the eyelids.
Yeah, and your shirt falls off, and it's a whole thing that you don't want to have happen out in public. So that's one place that you might want to measure both standing and sitting, depending on your body. Some of us don't need to, some of you do. And same thing with your hip measurement. Hips and
That makes sense.
backsides do all sorts of crazy things when you sit down when you are voluptuous.
Yes.
So those are the basic measurements you'll need when you're going in. And again, write those measurements down in either centimeters or inches. My suggestion is write them in the units you're not familiar with.
I measured everything in inches and it immediately made me feel awkward.
Right? And I didn't actually measure and give you guys any numbers for Chelsea.
No.
So we talked about how to. I did not write any of those numbers. We'll do that off camera. But those are the general measurements we need to get started. When we start looking at hem length on a skirt, if you're not sure how long you want a skirt, either make it long and just roll it up until you're happy with the hem length, or have somebody pin up a hem for you once you're standing in that mostly main skirt. Worry about the hem length after, because until that skirt is hanging on your body, you're not going to know exactly how that hemline will fall, because the pattern is drafted for a very perfect shaped human, and most of us are not. So depending how much fullness you have through your backside, the back of your skirt may end up shorter if you just hem based exactly off the pattern measurements.
Little known secret, I did that to a dress I made, and now it's gonna need ruffles.
Anyway, I'm gonna pop back onto the real camera. Into the other camera. Go back and find our comments.
Ooh, magic of TV. Back in our spots.
Right? Well, there's no comments.
Nope.
I assume they're all there. They're still watching. That's my recommendation for measurements. If you're unsure, we're still on the wrong camera. I got this. If you're unsure whether or not your soft, flexible fabric tape measure is okay, measure it against something solid.
Yeah.
If it's not okay, come get yourself a new one.
We have stretchy ones too.
Like rolly up, retractable ones.
Yeah, and we have ones in a tin.
Oh,
so you
cute.
can tuck them into your purse when you're coming to the fabric store.
Oh, cute. Nice. Yeah, and this is one of those things where you can, in my opinion, never have enough, because I frequently lose my tape measure in my room.
I honestly think I have 6 tape measures in my room, and I can find this many.
You have one at work.
Yes, I keep that one attached to me at work so I can measure aisles.
It's true.
36.
Yeah. So definitely measure your body with a flexible tape measure. It's really hard to do it with a cutting ruler.
Well, if you really had to, you could wrap a string around you.
Yeah.
Cut it, measure the string on something solid.
Yeah. Mark it with Sharpie.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Just gonna cut many strings. The many strings of Chelsea.
The bus string, the waist string. Oh man, I don't remember which string this was.
Just not that one. Not that one.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
The before turkey string, the after turkey string.
Yes, that's a great one.
Yeah, that's what I think about when I think about dressing for a holiday party. I'm like,
The snackaholic string.
it's January 1st, I'm going on a diet string.
The oops string. That was too many cakes.
Maybe string will work, but maybe you don't cut them all.
There's gonna be too many. I'm gonna lose them.
Do the measurement.
Mark it.
Mark it down. Let the string continue to be a string.
A long string, not a short string.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what we wanted to cover for day 2 of making a skirt.
Yeah.
We'll get some real measurements for Chelsea off camera. And then she can pick her pattern size. Oh, we should talk about how to pick your pattern size from there. We talked about that a little bit. We talked about that the other day.
We sure did.
So go back to Tuesday's video, day 1, and read the pattern envelope once you've got those measurements.
That's the wrong screen.
That's the right screen now. I got this. So if Chelsea measured out at...
I already know where I measured out at, actually.
Oh, okay.
Pretty sure it's the biggest size.
Okay.
Or it's the next size. It's one of those two.
Okay. So if Chelsea's waist was a 32-inch and her hips were a 42-inch, then that would put her in a size 18 skirt.
Yep.
And that's just how it is. Skirts have lots of ease. So,
They sure do.
so there will be lots of swishing room.
Well, and this one's a circle skirt.
So it's got a big full skirt.
It has so much swish.
Nice.
I can't wait.
It'll be good. Okay. Other things we have with us today, new fabric.
New fabric. This is called Big and Small Dots.
They are big and small.
They are big and small. And they're
Yeah.
small ones.
They're cute.
And then this one was Space
Space magic.
Magic Space? Magical Space. And it has unicorns and spaceships and gnomes.
Yeah.
Rainbow gnomes.
It's pretty cute. I like this. I like the planets on that bolt.
Oh yeah, the planets are my favorite, especially that thing rainbow.
Right?
And we got some new Tula pink true colors in.
Yeah. Because
New to us, restocked.
restocked. Fabulous. Fabulous Tula pink.
Colors too pink.
Yeah.
And they're such big bolts.
Right?
It's great.
So we also I dropped a big hint yesterday that there was Black Friday sales.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
When do they start, Leah?
The brother ones will start Saturday. Like in 2 days.
Will we get to see them on the e-news?
Yeah.
So we'll know what they are.
Yeah.
Nice.
So if you're not subscribed to the e-news, go to our website, mysewingroom.ca, and then click the thing to subscribe to the e-news. So you can find out all the details right away.
It's an excellent idea.
And I'm pretty sure there's a Bernina one that starts Tuesday.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Are there some good deals there too?
Mm-hmm.
Are they excellent?
Yeah.
Do some of them have crystal editions?
Well, that's the other Bernina sale.
Oh, that's the other Bernina. Oh, okay.
There's already a Bernina
There's
sale.
many Bernina sales.
2 Bernina sales starting next week. And there's some floor models on sale too. So
It's exciting.
there's a variety of machine options available for you. Classes next week, we've got 3 intro to embroidery classes. Intro to freestanding lace, intro to applique, and intro to embroidery on unusual fabrics. So all 3 of those, if you have an embroidery machine that has not come out of the box, or it has come out of the box but it has not been used, because sometimes they come out of the box and just sit there, I would get yourself signed up and come in store for that. We're going to walk you through all the tips and tricks for getting started doing all sorts of embroidery and give you the confidence to move forward and embroider everything.
We're going to have tons of fun.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
I know. It's going to be good. December 1st and 8th, we've got a 2-part June Taylor tree skirt class. So it's a quilt as you go tree skirt. It is a fabulous gift.
It is. It really
And it's like there's lots to learn in a quilt as you go project, because we're going to do bias binding. We can talk about piecing that tree skirt for a more elaborate design. We'll talk about adding embellishments like decorative stitches or embroidery. Or you can just make like a simple tree skirt.
Yeah.
Whichever one cracks you up. And then, like I said, I'm working on a bundle of scraps for a class in February that has early bird pricing.
Well, and there's Vintage Flora.
Oh, Vintage Flora, there's 1 seat left. Last I looked.
1 seat left?
Yeah.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yes. So if you're not feeling ready to jump into this project, do Vintage Flora first.
Or if you can't wait for that project,
Yeah. Then do
join
Vintage-
us for Vintage
Yeah.
Flora.
And you can join us in store or online for any of these classes. The intro to embroidery would be much better in store though.
Yeah.
So all the other ones in store or online, and we'll be recording the class content for you.
Yeah, and then you can look back at it after and says, what did Leah say?
Yeah. What did Anne say?
Oh, I remember.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be good. So Find yourself a good measuring tape. Then you'll be ready when our new little patterns get here.
I had to.
You could totally make it without the hole for a round tablecloth. I'll have to do some figuring out of how to cover the center part for you.
Applique a circle.
We could totally applique a circle over the center.
You could use your scan and cut
Mhm.
to cut the perfect circle. And put Wonder Under on the back.
Yeah.
Smack it down.
Decorative stitch.
Raw
around
edge
it.
applique.
Yeah. Yeah, there's going to be one other thing that's going to need to change a little bit to make that work. which is-
Binding.
No, the final piece of fabric you put in the quilt as you go will need a slight adjustment. But totally, I have thoughts for you. Join me in class. We're going to be unstoppable.
We're thinking about it.
See, well, and if you don't need a Christmas tree skirt, we'll make it as a like a patio tablecloth for under your umbrella because it'll tie around your umbrella.
Oh yeah, it would be epic. And then you could totally like
Use all
put
those fun.
coated cotton on it.
Yeah. So, yeah. Chelsea's got a plan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wax canvas would look really stellar on that too. Because it gets all the wear.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to wash it if it had wax canvas on it though.
Just go spray. No, wipey wipe. Spot wash only.
That could work.
Yeah. Don't get it dirty. Just look at it.
I don't know if you've
From
seen me at a
afar.
barbecue.
No, I've never seen you at a barbecue, actually.
We could change that. We could have a barbecue together. Then you would know that I should have a very, very washable tablecloth on my deck.
Fair enough.
Barbecue sauce drips everywhere, and so does relish. And if you have corn on the cob, there's butter everywhere.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah. How big is the tree skirt? I do not remember off the top of my head. We'll get you that info in the
We'll
comments.
find out the answer.
We'll go find that info, answer all your questions, and hope